Hi, good afternoon. This is Aurelio Porfiri. I'm sorry if for some days I was not available on the newsletter, but I have some health problem that now hopefully are resolving, so I cannot dedicate myself to my many usual activities. Now, today, you may be curious about the title of my podcast. The good people will not save the liturgy. What it means? First of all, I want to say I really think that the pre-conciliar mass, so that we understand what I mean, is a masterwork of art, of faith, and of spirituality. So that this has to be clear and should be a very clear that I'm not in any way disparaging this kind of liturgy. And indeed, what I want to say is in respect of the dignity of this liturgy and not the opposite. So, why I say that the good people will not save the liturgy? Uh, you know what I mean for good people. The good people are those people that uh, are always speaking if as if the future of the liturgy depends on them. No, you see them; they are always with a kind of very very sad appearance. They want they want you to feel their grievance at the state of the liturgy, so that they show you how much they are sad about that, and they are always talking like the future of the Catholic Mass depends from them. So I really think that it's important to talk about the sad situation of the liturgy. I mean, the Catholic liturgy we have today is really a disaster. I have always repeated this: is a disaster, and the post Vatican II reform, even if were done in good faith by some people. I want to think that some people really have good faith in doing that reform, and I can make you an example immediately. In the past, I was in a very good relationship with Father Carlo Braga. Father Carlo Braga, some of you may know his name. He was an assistant of Father Annibale Bugnini. I mean, I'm sure many of you think very badly about Father Bugnini. I'm myself also. I'm not a fan of him, but I have to say, with Father Braga, that also wrote some important books about the reform of the Holy Week under Pius XII, and also about the liturgical reform after Vatican II. We have several discussions. Of course, I mentioned to him that I was very frustrated with the way the liturgy was celebrated, and the music was awful, and blah blah blah. And I really can say that, of course, he was a strong defender of the Vatican II and the liturgical reform, but I can really see he was very honest. I mean, he really trusted that that was the the good thing to do, and he also told me that many years ago now, because he died, I think, 10 to 15 years ago. He told me that, of course, he was also very dissatisfied from the way the liturgical reform was evolving. So I really think that there are people that, with good intention, have done what they have done. But of course, there are also people, I think, that uh, have not so good intention. But now we don't talk about them. I think that we should be very careful to make in a way that, with the excuse of the liturgy, we create a sort of the ghetto in the ghetto. Meaning that there are some people that, with the excuse of defending the liturgy, uh, they defend the liturgy because they think make them look better and open to them more possibilities for their personal business or agenda. So I think one should be very careful about this. That not everyone that is there standing and pretending to be the, like the knight, to defend the good liturgy, that of course, I repeat, is something that we should preserve. But not everyone that is doing this is in really good faith, and we should be very careful about these people, because they don't do the interest of the good, the right defense of the liturgy, but they, in a certain way, are doing the opposite, because they create a sort of ghetto of what they think to be the good people. So the people that have in their hands the destiny of the Catholic faith, but indeed it's not like this. The Catholic faith is in the hands of the Lord, and if He is not doing something about the faith, we will be lost. Of course, we know the promise of Jesus that He will be with the church until the end of the time. So uh, we uh, we can only stick to this promise, because, of course, if we talk with our human understanding, I mean, myself, I say really, it's everything lost. I mean, it is really something that I don't want to know anything about this. But I also don't want to become like the people that like make themselves like the model of what a good Catholic should be. Myself, I'm not, and I don't want to be considered a good model of a Catholic. I know very well my shortcomings. I know I am a sinner, and this is what I always want the people to know about me. But despite me being a sinner, I hope that the Lord also can work with someone like me, and through my writing and my music and my speeches, I can make in a way to let the people understand the importance of what we are losing. So the object of what I'm doing is not strictly myself, but I try, despite my falling and my shortcomings, and my being not certainly a model of Catholic faithful, but despite this, and and also, I don't only say despite this, but also thanks to this in a certain way, because these sufferings, the when you can feel the sufferings of the sinner, when you don't think yourself you are good, so you are good, you don't need to uh, understand about the sufferings of the people that sin, but they try always to come up and to continue their journey. So thanks to the suffering, I am more and more able to understand how much I miss the kind of liturgy, the kind of teaching that make me really to want to return to the good way, and not going to the way of sin. This is exactly what is that the sinner, so the people that are honest with themselves. Because if you think, really, we are all sinners. uh, only the Lord is good, not we are not. But as I say, there are these people, no, that I mean, they look like a sort of earthly saints, you know, these people that you see always there with this very devoted and pious faces, you know, that they show you how much they are suffering for you, not Jesus, but them that suffer for you, because they are the one that will save the Catholic faith from this disaster that is happening now. So I just tell you, there are very good people that really are struggling to fight for the liturgy, for the faith, for to return to the right understanding of the Catholic faith. But these are not the people I'm talking. These people I'm talking, the good people, in quote, good people, in quote, they should be not concerned about saving others, but they should be concerned to saving themselves. Because this kind of hypocrisy, so the people that pretend to be, so good, but then they only follow their personal agendas, then they have to account everything in the time that they will be in front of the Lord, as every one of us. So when I will be in front of the Lord, I will tell you, Lord, you know what I have done. You know, my sin are always in front of you. You know very well I try to do something good for you. Then now you give your judgment. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I hope you like it. And please subscribe to Cantus newsletter. And I hope to see you soon in our newsletter and podcast. Bye bye.